Hello and welcome to the Mains PYQ discussion by Neenv. In this video, we have a question from the 2021 Mains about socio-religious reform movements. Have a look at the question. Trace the rise and growth of socio-religious reform movements with special reference to Young Bengal and Brahma Samaj. So it's about rise and growth, which can be summarized as evolution. So it's about the evolution of socio-religious reform movements in general. This question has a general angle first, then with special reference to Young Bengal and Brahma Samaj. It's a 10 marker, but we are dividing it into three parts. We'll talk about Brahma Samaj and Young Bengal movement because it has special reference in the question. Then we will have one part where we will trace the growth and evolution, or in general, the nature of socio-religious reform movements. We'll start the introduction by marking its time period, which is 19th century. We'll mark the time period and we'll mark the general nature in one sentence, which is all these movements are led by Western educated middle class. So we'll start on these two notes and we'll extend that into the first part, where we will talk about rise and growth. So you can say that the rise and growth is mainly due to the English based modern education. So we already told that it is Western educated middle class who is leading this. So we'll place English education as the first reason here. Then we will do the second reason where we'll connect it with liberal Western values post French Revolution. So 1789 is the French Revolution. Post that, it has evolved further. Then, for Hindu religious reform in line with nationalistic spirit. So you take the case of Rabindranath Tagore, or you take the case of people like Dayanand Saraswati. Not Rabindranath Tagore, Debendranath Tagore. I'm sorry, Debendranath Tagore. So when you take people like that, their idea is to reform the religion. Some movements are revivalist as well, and it is in line with the nationalistic spirit. So nationalism is also working as a evolutionary spirit when it comes to movements like this. Then common social evils like sati, widow remarriage, child marriage. Then the nature of it in particular region. For example, initially it started in Bengal, then it was shifted to Bombay. And we can effectively say that this is the Renaissance movement that is taking place in India since Brahma Samaj, that is 1828. So Renaissance is a European phenomena. It took place in medieval Europe. Just like that in India, this is happening. So we'll summarize everything related to the movement in this part. The English background, the liberal values, French Revolution, nationalism, its place and geographical presence in Bengal, Bombay. So all these things can be summarized in this part where you can display your content, subject knowledge. When it comes to Brahma Samaj in general, give it specific nature. For example, purify Hinduism by eliminating superstitions, caste, and other social evils. Then also give the names of people associated. For example, we'll always give the name of Raja Ram Mohan Rai. Along with that, give Debendranath Tagore and Keshav Chandra Sen. Keshav Chandra Sen's leadership that comes in the later stage, it makes this entire movement more radical as well as inclusive. So you can give it till then to mark it in a comprehensive way. It's a 10 markup because 3 points would be enough on that case. When it comes to Young Bengal, the most important name is Henry Louis Vivian Derosier. It's a French person. Died at a very young age. So his name should be given and the nature of it, which is Western education, left liberal radical nature. So rationalism, modernity, left-wing ideology, because French Revolution was left-wing. If you take the Jacobean party that led the French Revolution or the Reign of Terror, it was a left-wing party. So the ideology of Derosier is also left in nature. So you can give that. Then you give the three values associated with French Revolution: equality, liberty, and fraternity. And give the time period 19th century. So these things would be enough to mark a Bengal movement. So on the whole, that will be the question. That will be the answer. And we'll conclude it by invoking INC into the question. INC didn't have a social reform arm, but that vacuum was filled by the social reform movements. So we'll invoke that and we'll conclude the answer. So that's the answer. All three parts covered with proper content and value addition. Thank you for listening.